Hey guys, yes, we're live. Amazing, isn't it? Truly amazing. I think I'm live anyway. Let's see here. Yay, yippee. 1 second here. Hello, Kevin. Hello. I'm just setting it up here, so it will just take some time there. If I can find the correct thing here, I need some music. Arkansas, that is like +8, -8, right? Something like that. -8, I think. 7-8 hours minus. Yeah. How has your weekend been? I hope this is doing okay. Yeah, we're good. Looking at some charts here lately, so yeah. I just wanted to do like 30 minutes of streaming, and then I'll hit the bed. Or maybe we stay up late for the Futures Open. Maybe. Let's see here if people are coming in. They are. Cool. Just gonna do a quick post here. And then we will check into the funny stuff, which is churning. One second here. Just keep the chat open. I'm just gonna be off for like 30 seconds. Okay then, I think we're back. Yeah, what a week it was, right? Silver closing. It reached 46.7 almost. And oh sorry. Yeah, 46.7. Excuse me. I just did a video actually on the on that big 4850 level for the Substack, and we were checking some ratios to see how important it is, because silver is definitely breaking against a lot of stuff. So a lot of stuff actually. That's really cool. So yeah, let's check some charts again. Keep them coming, guys. Keep them coming. Meh? What is that? Yeah, I think we can do that. Marin Energy. We're definitely having some sort of flag over here, right? Definitely. So yeah, this is interesting, right? We have, I think we have some sort of breakage here, even though it's not perfect. I think it depends on how we draw this one here, but it's definitely looking like it wants to go somehow, right? Again, it depends on how you draw this. Oh, that was a nasty breakdown up here. Right, that one there. Whoosh. That was a big one. But yeah, I think once we clear roughly these highs here, I think the level you're looking for is just below $2 Canadian. And again, target-wise a bit difficult, but at least the entry is decent. Right? That flag over there. And the fact that we did test, yeah, just below 2 Canadian, I think it's looking good. Should we do the ratio? Cool, let's do the ratio. USD okay, this is, it's not there yet, right? Just by the look of things, again, I think we have to break that in order to really be, right, we need to break into above that one there. But very messy overall, this chart here. But again, this is roughly 3 years in the making, so that is not totally out of the woods, I guess. It's fine, yeah. Cavenshire BCM. Let's have a look-see. It's a small guy, right? Yeah, one. Okay, it's actually bigger than I thought. It's insanely volatile. Holy. It's very volatile. It's sick. Double bottom there. Midpoint here. Or is it there? Who knows? Again, I wouldn't buy it here after, what is that? 300% or so, 200, right? So definitely what I would be doing is just waiting for some sort of consolidation to take you in. Again, anything to take you in. Again, it could happen up here, of course, right? Anything to take you in, really. That's a big surge, by the way. Oh, it's really strong. It did start to rally here, right, where I became really bullish on silver and gold miners, and then it underperformed quite heavily. So is there a level that, again, just looking at the legacy lows here. Yeah, again, I would wait for a pause in the chart to get in. Again, don't chase. Do not chase. How is Cryptoland doing? Okay, it's a good opening to the week. Breaking a little bit here. Not perfect, but okay, it's fine. that was difficult, but it did break to the upside, so. Pass. Again, this is 3/4 per candle. Talking about a bottom structure, right? So if you get a little wobble here at the end, let's go to the monthly. If you get a little pullback here and then we break, stop loss there, entry, roughly 40 is your entry, and then you ride the move above 100. Basically. Again, there were entries further back, right? But this is the big one. It goes back 20 years almost. 20 long ones for a pass. So I think 40 and above is really good. And the idea is we get a little pushback in order to place the stop. Right? We tagged it now, little pullback, and then you go stop loss below, entry above 40. Then go time. Then it is go time. Boom. Yeah. So silver, yeah, it's interesting, right? Getting close to that 50, 48.50 here. Let's see what happens. Again, like I mentioned in the video here for the Substack just released, which is free, by the way. I think it's open. Yeah, it's open, so you can have a look at that. I don't think it means a whole lot, that 48, because silver is breaking so many ratios now, and it's a bit scary. It looks like gold 18 months ago, actually. 18 months ago, this is where silver is now. FVI, that is fields, right? Gold. Fortuna, okay, yeah. Oh, this is some old stuff. Oh, that was perfect, right? Getting close to that big resistance here. Old drawings, but they were pretty dead on. Beautiful, beautiful. There it is. 12.5, maybe a little bit higher, will be resistance. But again, this looks like to me it's gonna maybe pause a little bit and then go higher and be killing it big time. It just depends on the pullback here, right? Rarely do you smash and just keep climbing. You can overshoot, but normally you do some sort of stall here before going higher, normally. And yeah, we made the call there at $8. I think it was half a year ago. The entry for Fortuna. But again, for sure, if you get that little pullback and you break roughly, let's call it 13, that is also a lovely entry. It looks very much like the AEM. Look at that. It perfect, right? Big long above 90. Boom. This is a big guy, by the way, so it's just smashing it every single Again, maybe a little bit stretched here short term, but who cares? Who cares? What is it, the Athabaskan? One second there. Athabaskan on the awesome old drawings here. This is a long time since I've been looking at that. This one looks really good. Have a little triangle there, which I just drew in by hand. We're gonna make it breaking the volatility expansion to the upside here. Bit of a deep back test into the zone. Looks lovely. Absolutely fantastic. We have next target is like 9, 10 here. That zone up there. Do we have a connection? I'll take it. You know what? I'll take this one here. I think it's okay. It's not perfect, but it's good enough for me. It's not. I would have loved it to hit there though, but it's okay. Looks really good. Looks insanely good. LGO. It has a huge drop back, didn't it? Because it gave a big signal, but then it just puked. That one there, yeah. Yes, it has broken out. Yeah. Yeah, it has. This one was actually an internal breakout, which we called, right, we actually was right straight off the bat, and then we gave it all back, climbing higher. Roughly 1.3 here was the long call. But we did a complete detour, resetting it all, and then go. But yes, I do believe so. Bit of a funky bottom here for the past year or two, but they do silver and gold, battery, vanadium, okay. Brazil, yeah, looks good to me. It looks good to me. There is like an over weekend crypto thing that tracks the silver price somehow. Can anyone remember that? Stacks, Stack HG, USD? No. Maybe I can find it over here. Oh, I know Deborah on Twitter mentioned it some time ago. Maybe Grog knows. Maybe Grog knows. Let's see. One sec. I'm finding it for you here. I have some music in my ears, but I will not put it onto the stream because some people say it's loud, some people say it's too not loud enough. The volume is just tricky for me to get correct. So oh, that one has run big time, right? The emo TF, right? It's the oh, sorry. Stop it. KAG it is, yeah, it's KAG. No. This is not the one, right? It shouldn't be. Emo TF. No, I still think it's borderline. No, you haven't missed anything, actually. It's almost breaking that high up there, which seems to be the big go-go for me. So no, I would buy it just below 130. It's on the OTC, so keep that in mind though. Uptrend there fully intact. The low side is almost perfect. We're gonna do a little bit of undercutting, that's fine. Depends on how we want to make this. The underside is good. I don't know exactly with the upper. But yeah. If we got a pullback, on my wish list, that's a good one actually. I can't tell on top of my head here. I don't know, the one that gives me the best, the best setup, I guess. I don't really care, to be honest. Because, for instance, right, this is a good example. We were waiting for, again, this is holy bananas, right? We were waiting for some sort of consolidation here to take us in, to add more. But it was basically just pulled back within a bear flag, and then boom, we didn't get the entry. At least not the way I do it. So I'm just waiting for whatever silver stock that gives me like a really good way in, right? Breakout, long, stop, so on. That's what I'm looking for. But yeah, platinum is really good. KGE, KGI, Calibre? What is that? Ooh, okay. Oh, that's really interesting. That is a really good looking chart. I'm intrigued in multiple ways. Well, the only downside is we have that being higher than the left, which is again just me, but that is a huge head and shoulder, bull flag below, bull flag into back test. It looks massive. It looks absolutely massive. This looks absolutely massive here. If you can hold here, this is a good one. Again, it's a small company, so the flag here is a bit difficult, but I want to definitely. Something like this, right? But I will even say we don't have to wait for that to break. We have the internal here. Oh, it looks good. Excuse me, 6.2, 6.34 here. And then then it looks really good to me. Stop loss below there, by the way. Big stop loss, but again, it's fine. I like this one a lot. It's a really good thing you brought this one up here. It's really strong, and it's oil and gas. So, right. Look at that breakout as well, long term. Oh, that's so good. If I what the right. Flag below, flag into retest. Right shoulder, head, left shoulder. I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan, to be honest. Again, type anything in the chat, guys, so we will have a look. Oh, I missed the best part, I guess. Didn't I? At least the lower side is very good. Wow. It depends how you draw this, but wow, this is a beauty. I want to save this. Thank you very much for that one. That's a really good one. That's a massive one. I like it. It looks a little bit like the Aspie, right? Yeah, well, Aspie before it really started to move. If you remember this, and we have the bull flag here. Aspie. Look at that. Yeah, it's even drawn in. Look at that. Can you see? Even though this is a bit more perfect, you're getting the same vibes. And look what it's done after. Even though we did rally and gets kicked in the face there, but I took the breakout on that one. Very similar to the one you just mentioned there. Wow. That's a good one. KGEI. 6.3, 6.4. Interesting. Haven't we hit our target, by the way? Yeah. Boom. Sick. Yeah, I mean the XLE did some funky breakouts here this Friday, which is very interesting to see. So yeah, big week for silver and gold, but also oil is interesting here, and the XLE of course. XLE. I wish though that the oil stocks wouldn't do anything for like a year more, so we could get in. Oh, this is also good. I've seen that before. CLRMF, right? Clean air. Oh yeah, I don't like that one. I remember. Yeah. Again, I wish this didn't happen. It's such a small stock, really. I'm not gonna take part of this one here, but again, once we start to trade north of roughly these highs here, right, you're getting a bit of vibes that hey, we could rally. But again, it's so messy overall, right? But again, I wouldn't be surprised if it does really well. I wouldn't be surprised. But again, not really. It's not checking all my boxes here. Depending on how you draw this one here on the upper end, you could argue that you're getting. Again, if I were to get interested, I think we talked about this last time also, 6.3 cents or so. Roughly, then it seems okay to sprinkle a little bit into that one. It's only 10 million, so, but this seems to be a big bottom getting put in place, even though it's messy as hell. So yeah. Oh, I did find the what's it called? KAG. I think it was called KAG. USD connecting, whatever that is. Ooh, let's look at this one here overnight. Oh, yeah. This is Sunday. We hit 50 overnight, whatever that means. This is Friday. So we're getting, again, this is crypto, whatever it's worth, who knows. But we also hit, I don't know what that is, but it's just hitting now. Or is it? Or is this? Yeah, it's hitting now. Something. Again, we don't really know what this is, but that is interesting, right? So before that, we had flatlining for basically the entire weekend, and now we're getting funky stuff happening. This is 10%, 6%. I might stay up, for the open. Because whatever this means, could it be the start of the move down for silver? Let's see. Who knows? There is also a gold one. Huh? What? Gold hasn't done anything overnight, right? This is daily, so no, it's just it's only silver, but it is interesting. Whatever Kinesis silver is, do they track? I know Kinesis is a big institution, or like seller of gold and silver and stuff. So whatever this means, I don't know. Let's see. Cool. Again, just type anything in the chat, guys, and we will have a discussion on whatever the chart, sector. Just have a good time. I might stay up for the Futures Open, to be honest. But again, we also hit 50 here, you know, whatever happened during December 2024. So, I don't know. I don't know, guys, what is going on there. Should we have a look at broad commodities? I'd love to look at these. Cocoa here is slipping, which is not ideal, but I'm not calling it over just. Again, we are breaking down, but we've come so far already. So let's see. But again, this is good. This is good because I took the trade here March 2023, a long time ago, and I'm going to sell the highs here and wait for a steep pullback and get back in. And this is what I'm saying here with $50 silver is that we will get a pullback, yeah, but I don't think it's going to be, you know, down to 30. Some people are calling 26 and all that. No, I don't think so. I think it will surprise people. Again, who knows? I could be wrong. Difficult to say this stuff here, but big breakdown there. So we only dropped like 10%, I think. Yeah, 10, right? So that means we go from 50 to 40, 45, roughly. Well, not roughly, but. And then we just squeeze. Right? That's what I think will happen to silver. Again, that's my opinion, but I have a good view on that, a good feeling on that. But again, feelings, who cares? Also, this stuff here looks a bit like the silver chart, looking at, I think it's, how long time is it? 4 years, 5 years? Or more? I can't remember. So. Again, we can have a look here at a chart that I don't like, because this means most likely that coffee is going to be so expensive. 45-year breakout, 50-year breakout, backtest now, going higher, going way higher. Right, big breakout, big backtest. Ouch. We are now at 300, almost 400. The target again is 1,500, whatever that is in coffee terms, maybe more. Again, it's not 1-to-1 in the price of coffee, but this here should easily double the price. Maybe if not, 2x, 3x, the price of coffee. The physical stuff. Scary, yeah, very scary. Sugar, I think we're close to the bottom here. I think we're very, very, very close to the bottom here. Let's see. For this leg down here, I do think we're coming in for some internal stuff here that I'm very interested in. If that's the case, I think sugar is on the track to a massive breakout here of that 45-year wedge also. Perfect wedge, boom. And we are resting right now at the splitter in the middle here at roughly 15, 16 bucks. Right. So very interesting here on sugar and what happens now. Very, very interesting. What else? Soybeans, a bit boring, bear flagging, it needs to indicate that, obviously. Looking at the weekly here, again we're sitting on big support. Of course, if we bear flag here and drop down, not good, but let's see. Wheat, corn, still flagging, well not flagging, but within a channel here, also at 20-year support. I'm expecting some sort of clearance here soon, and if we break the blue, then it's game on over the next, I don't know, 3 years or so. Same thing applies for wheat. Look at that squeeze here. Big squeeze for the past 2 years at 25-year support. What else? Cotton, however, whatever that means. Ooh, that's a big pointy stick, right? Internal breakage soon, it seems. Right. Ooh, interesting. I have one line here, that's iron ore in China. Again, difficult to draw, but at least that trend line I like, it's fine. Could you call it cup and handle? Maybe. But iron breaking out in China would be a big deal. We already had the internal breakouts, so right, we already had that. Even though it's very steep. But once we clear that high there, roughly 108, 109 maybe, it seems to be valid. Let's call it 110 just to be sure. LIC, I want to check the other. No, it's fine because there's no entry now anyways. It's fine, we can do that here. Just a bit of history here. That was our long 3.505. Of course, we didn't know anything about news and all that, but right. So right now we're just taking it as it may, really. Big flag here breaking. Remember, there's also a huge gap in here on the daily due to that news up 100% overnight, or gapping up that day. But LAC here, bit tricky with the targets. We have an expanding volatility, but again, all-time highs potential, and then maybe 40-50 bucks here potentially. Of course, it will not be in a straight line or anything, but bit of resistance here though. Just notice that. Right. But from 3 now, and basically a double in a week. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Of course, we didn't know anything about the news and all that. But do we close the gap? I don't think so, but anything is possible. But I don't think so. Breaking out from the blue now, back testing on the daily here. But again, let it consolidate here for a bit would be nice though. REMX, we've been bullish for quite a while, to be honest. Oh, excuse me. Right down here, roughly 45. There's a lot of old drawings here, of pointers. Break the blue and then break that high there, 45. We're now at 66. Again, would I buy it here? Absolutely not. But long term, this looks really good. And again, any reason to get in, whatever you can get, that's your entry. Right? Whatever reason you can get to get in. But yeah, long since 45 here. 45. Oh, that is deadly, right? That is deadly. The middle finger, boom. That's deadly. And that's also why, you know, Energy Fuels has done, you know, it has done well because it's uranium, but it has done even more so because of its rare earth exposure. Again, on the track to maybe hitting that, you know, 80 up here, which was a call that I've made a long time ago. And at some point I didn't even believe it, right? But all of a sudden it comes back into play. Big triangle high up here. Measured move, right? So, but yeah, it might be due for a little pullback here. I'm not gonna lie. It's you can see the big volatility candles come in here as well. So, yeah, why not? Why not? VVR, what is that? VVR, Western. What is that? That's a small company. This is so difficult to do, right? Yeah, I'm gonna keep it very simple here. It's such a big downtrend, so the momentum is not very high, but such a steep downtrend, really. But once we start to clear this high here, of this level, roughly 1.34-ish, then there might be something going on. But it has been smoked so much, really. But it needs, again, anything north of 1.35 or so, there might be something going on there. CCI, is that a stock market? CCI? Canadian copper? FTSE copper? Oh yeah, the Silver X. That one I'm actually very much. That's AGX, right? Yeah. Looks phenomenal. Also a stock that has been hit quite hard, but we finally broke. And I think I'll remember that the top wick there is actually me buying. Funny. Yeah, good job by me. But again, small size, small company, so. But it looks really good, yeah. Target should still be that $2. NVX, 1 second there, Kagan. NVX. This one here? No. Well, what is it? Graphite? Could be. Yeah, could be. Is it this one here? The Novo Nix? Yeah. Yeah, very interested, to be honest. And we need to clear roughly 0.6 or so, maybe a tad higher, you know, before we are in the clear. Right, bear flag in here, so be careful. So maybe even, you know, 0.56 to be sure, but so the large macro wedge is here, and then you have the smaller time frame stuff here. So let's see. You could actually copy this one here and put it to the top there to hit these highs. So yeah, I think I want to see 0.6 getting defeated before anything. Yeah, yeah, 0.6, and then even at that point in time, we're still in the bear flag. So keep that in mind. It seems like a good point to be. Yeah, 0.6. Anything below that, and I'm not interested at all. So fuel cell, a small player. Market, the futures will open in half an hour, and now I'm gonna stay up because I'm up anyways. I want to see that silver just again. It just of pure interest to see. Fuel cell, energy. Oh yeah. Very bullish still. Look at the break here. We talked about roughly $6 on the Substack. When that gives in the internal red here, you go long. And again, the big long will be that channel breakage, which right now is roughly 10. Roughly $10, ladies and gentlemen, of course. So if we get this little here, pop, stop loss below, long. Keep it small, right? Because fuel cell, has been. I think I've read it, like a bit of a. I wouldn't say scam, but they have been in trouble, and it's an insanely tricky sector. So keep it small. So $10 and above for a fuel cell would be nice. Targets, tricky, right? I think it depends on what structures you get, but at least $10 is a good start. Horizontally, that one should be looked for. Then we also have a little bit at 14. Yeah. What else? Did I miss one here? Yeah, no problem, Kagan. We also talked about, that entry is I wouldn't say high risk, but again, just keep it small, right? Keep it within managed money where you don't really feel a sting if you lose it all. So, because we're basically buying in a downtrend, but we're seeing some internal breakage, which we like to see, which typically at some point in time, typically could lead to a bigger breakout, and then you start to take profit when you start to move, and then you just wait. Palladium, no, I didn't do, but I think we can do Pal. Or should we do Palladium? I think. So yeah, Palladium looks incredible. I like Platinum more, not gonna lie, but Palladium is looking fine to me. Again, we had a bit of a weird trend line here where we called the long, right? That is when we turned bullish, breakout back test, resumption, funky bull flag, but we're back above the bottom there, or the ceiling of the bottom. So yeah, could we still be in for some sort of bit of a wind-up structure before we go higher? Yeah, we could do that. But again, look at this one here. Take a mental image and then look at Platinum. It didn't give us anything, right? Basically, at least not. Maybe you had something there. Maybe. Did we miss something here? I think we did, to be honest, right? Didn't? I think we might have missed something here. No, we didn't get that fifth leg down. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe. Platinum, I think, is going to go back close to 2K at least. At least platinum, which is right around here, which is the this high there. But again, it should only be a pit stop. I think we're going to go way, way, way higher. If you actually see here, if we could do XPT here divided by gold, for instance. Look at the underperformance by platinum, but also you can see here internally of the downtrend. You're testing here now, pulling back. This will most likely break, and then we challenge the big blue, and then we break out. So you will have Palladium outperform gold for a very long time, 5 years or so, easily. Again, it doesn't mean that gold will go down or anything. It just means that platinum will do better. So yeah, I mean 2K will be like a pit stop, or 19K, excuse me, 1,900 on Palladium. Platinum will be wow, will be a pit stop. But longer term, it's gonna go way higher. Okay, and you could also do some measured moves here, depending on if you do momentum, or like you can see that one there, 100% measured move, perfect alignment. So I think it has a magnet to it, 1,900. That's a huge magnet for me. But ultimately, we will go higher, right? Ultimately. You can see it here, I hope. Right, that's the measure. Then you can also do it from the breakout point. Then you get a bit of an extra on top, right? That's the 100% measured move, and then this is your extra. You know, if you get like a overextension, which sometimes can be aligned with the 1.618. Let's have a look. Oh, it's up there. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. It's up there. It's okay. Sometimes you get alignments. Sometimes, but it's a very pointy wedge, so again, that might be the reason for it. Cool. MER, didn't we look at that one? Oh, am I completely we just looked at that one, I guess. MER. This one here, again, a bit of a mess overall, but we are getting some sort of you know, structure to the madness here. And if you want to get in, not say again, each to its own here, but once we start to get close to Australian, no, excuse me, Canadian, then it starts to look good. So like anything north of like $2, you know, just below two Canadian, it should rally. But again, it's this over here, I don't know exactly what to do with. Right, so again, but once we start to break 2.5 here, then it's not a pretty chart at all. "20 minutes." It's just interesting to see what happens, you know, at the open, just for the fun of it. Let's do platinum here. This one goes back longer, the TVC against gold on TVC. Then we'll have to remove everything. Just zoom way out. So undervalued, yes, for sure. Again, what is the median? Is it 1-to-1? Yeah, seems like a good spot. There's also a level here, of course, there. So the triangle high, where are you? Here's something like that. There. I think once this is all over, I wouldn't be surprised to see at least 1.5 in favor of platinum to gold, right? But this is, 5 years out, maybe even closer to 10. So at some point in time you'll have 1.5 to 1 in favor of platinum. So if gold is whatever, let's call it 8K, whatever, then platinum will be 12. Yeah, I saw that one, Eric, with Athkabaska. I can't remember the name, So, but yeah, it looks really good, fantastic. So again, we're still, you can see momentum here pushing down on the monthly. It will take some time to digest, right? But once we start to break the downtrend here, then we should, at least in the beginning, slowly start to move our way up. Right? Could it be something like this, for instance, right? We will move our way up here, and then yeah, maybe, right? But once we start to get rid of all that momentum and start to trade north, right? This could be the momentum after, right? Whatever that happens, then you get the tailwind in favor of platinum. But again, it maybe it will take like 3-4 years before you get that tailwind. Maybe, again, timing wise is always difficult, but I think you get the idea. It's like turning a big tanker, right? It takes some time, but once you have turned, you can start to accelerate. So it will take some time. By the way, look at that breakdown there. Holy smokes. That's a big one. That hurt. That must have hurt. Breakdown in 08 back to... Ouch. Ouch. That sucks. Depending on, again, no matter how you draw it, that one sucks big time. What was the KAG? Yeah. 15 minutes. Funny, right? What is that? 50 down to... Again, we don't really care, right? But it's funny to watch and see what... Because I did see also on one of the guys that I follow on Twitter where I think it was some sort of Chinese index, gold index, whatever. They traded at 52 at one point in time on this Friday. So yeah, very interesting. Oh, I want to check something. Oh, this is long. Oh, this gets me going. 1 sec here. If I remember, is it divided by or is it minus? Is it minus? No, it's divided by. Okay, cool. There is something funky here that I remember. Monthly. Why is this interesting? It's actually because this is spot price divided by futures. I don't know exactly what to make of it, because this was just before the big run up. You had some. This is 08. This volatility is 08. 2020 volatility again. So which way do we want this to break? I don't know. I think we want it to break out, right? In favor of spot, because that means you want the price now, or I don't know. But again, interesting one here. I don't know which way we would want it to break though. I haven't studied it, but I would assume it would be in favor of spot price instead of some sort of imaginary price in the future, I think. Right? Don't you agree? I think so. Momentum, of course, not a whole lot of different, but look at that. I think we would want this to break to the upside in favor of spot, right? Because people will want their silver now compared to in the future, I guess. Me guessing. So 15 minutes, what should we spend the time with? Oh, the breakout 26 on U.UN, boys and girls. It's a big one. I think it's a very, very, very big one that will take the spot price into triple digits easily. Yeah. Again, that is what I think. Flag breakout, handle of the bigger cup and handle. Right, boom, boom. This one could be argued cup and handle, right? And this is the tiny handle breaking out from that. Let's go. Yeah. Elton, I think it had a breakout in the back test, right? If I remember correctly. Again, I think, no, it didn't break out. Oh, it almost did. Yeah, we wanted it to close above that high there. And it did, but it didn't entirely break out. But nonetheless, right now it's for sure that this line is the one to look for. This is lithium, extremely tiny. I think we can share this one here because even though it's on Substack, it's fine. Because it's so small that it is what it is. But now we have the level that is again 4.8 cents, and just sprinkle a little bit, a few bucks, right? Lotto ticket for sure, 100%, and then see where it goes, right? Check back within like half a year, and then take it from there. It's so small that we don't really want to. You don't want to bet the farm on this one, right? Because even though I say this all the time, even though you're correct and you get, oh, I'm the best in the world, right? I'm up 500%. That one there will kill you. You will not be able to withstand that amount of loss, right? If you're going in with a big volume, a big size, very happy, you want to kill yourself. Well, you know what I mean. And then you will most likely start to sell out here and then you know the deal. So keep it small. Then this will not. You don't really care. You don't really care, right? And it can grow into a big position, right? It can grow into a big position, so, or like a mid-sized position, whatever. Yeah, exactly. Buy, forget, check back, every quarter or whatever. Keep it for like a year or two, see what happens. Again, this could also rally, like 200%, 300%, and be like 20 million market cap. And then they dilute, 10 million, boom, down 50% overnight. So, but there is definitely some sort of ticket to get you in here. And of course, we need that ceiling to be broken, which is right around here, right? And then we start to look for the stage 2. So this is the downtrend. I think this is the sideways action. It's always funky when you have a small stock, so it's not perfect by any means, but this triangle here could take you in. So yeah, keep it small and then see what happens. I know it sounds stupid, but sometimes that is just how I would do it. CXU, what's that? We have that on Substack, right, Jameson? I know you're looking at that one, so. Yeah. Where is it? CXU. I'm just looking at a different screen here. Yeah, no worries. I'm just gonna check here because maybe we can talk about it because we have run so much already, so maybe it's not that big of an issue. If I can find it, I'm getting old. I'm getting so old. CXU. Gold, silver, uranium, uranium. Bloody hell. 1 second here. This is amazing. There it is. Okay, cool. Now, I don't think we want to share that one here, but yes, definitely the entry we've made, or was called, like like 2 weeks ago. It's just a hold still. Just yeah, just again, if you bought that one, again, a bit of a lottery ticket as well. Not as big as LTUM, of course, but yeah. think again the target we have is still roughly, excuse me, almost 4 cents, until we see any bigger issues. Not issues, but again, that's the 15-year downtrend. So, yeah. A lot of new people coming in. That's cool. Keep them coming. That's fine. ALB, that is gold and silver. At least gold, right? Big, no. Avino, yeah, Avino has been on a tear lately. Albemarle Corporation, this one here. Do I have that on Substack? I think I do. But it's okay, it is out there, I guess. Let me check here. Yeah, anyways, it's fine. Yeah, this is a beauty. Absolutely beautiful one here. Bit of an undershoot, but again, big breakage of a 3-4 year downtrend here. Right, zooming in on the daily. Bit of a funky backtest here, but we're finally getting going here. Finally. Right, you can see we're finally getting there, so I like it very much indeed. And again, these are the internal breaks that I like to take, you know. I didn't do it here, but again, this internal stuff here has my interest, right? Because you often get to that bigger breakout later on, which was the one we looked at on fuel cell also, right? We had that internal break after such a huge downtrend. So this one looks really strong. I like it very much indeed. Avino, we should do the US one, the US Unamas. Oh. These are monthly candles, by the way, so pretty long term. But yeah, the long term time frame is just, again, what's not to like really. Buy every pullback that you get. Basically, if you get a pullback, you will get a pullback. But so yeah, that is really strong. Insane volume also. Down here was the structure that could have taken you in, right? That cluster there, a bit tricky, but you can see that was 3 month. Sorry, 3 month. Cool. So you did get that kind of, you know, breakout, a lot of back testing here, and then we finally just completely smoked everything, right? So that was the ticket in on Avino, even though it was a bit hectic here. But long term, this is, I mean, come on, absolutely gorgeous. If we get if we get a big pullback, again, we have to see other things in the market. If you get a backtest of that line there, which is 50% away from now, unlikely, but if you do, 250, ooh, backtest, buying opportunity. Don't be afraid to step in, you know, in front of it if it happens. Again, maybe you can wait for like a channel that forms, often happens, and then you buy the breakout of the channel, you have a stop below. Do I think we'll get that 50% pullback? Maybe if the you know, silver goes back to 30 now, then for sure we could see that. For sure. Let's check out the KAC USD again here. Again, we don't really care, but it's also interesting somehow. So this, again, for me, midnight is when the futures is opening, and it seems like we got some sort of reaction here 1 hour before, 50, then back again, whatever that means. Actually, I want to, again, there's really no difference in YouTube and Substack. But I opened up for YouTube like half a year ago, but again, I just did a video on that to the YouTube also. I want to get people from YouTube over to the Substack because it's a big hassle having both. You know, it's a lot of time uploading, and also YouTube is just taking such a big cut, really. So I'm trying to convert people to the YouTube, excuse me, to the Substack. We also have chat option, posts, and all that. So Substack is by far better. But I just did a video on that, and I'm trying to merge people over from the YouTube. I think YouTube takes 50% or so. 50, I think 50. 40-50%. If I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong though. But I think that was the numbers last time. 6 minutes. Interesting. Again, normally I don't sit up and wait, right? Because it doesn't really matter. But again, we're so close now. We're so close to the big 48.50. We will not hit it when we open, I know. But again, it's just interesting to see. Just for the fun of it. Don't really care all that much, but don't really care. Again, I just did that video here. A lot of ratios, and again, I don't think the $50 level will mean that much. I could be wrong though, but I have a hunch that we're seeing a lot of ratios breaking out in favor of silver against PPI, against inflation, the Nasdaq. So it should, again, it could only be minuscule. We get like 10% pullback, maybe 20, down to 40, and then boom. But again, we don't know. No one knows. We will see what the markets will do. I think rhodium here is setting up for the next move. We turned very bullish here at 600 in this ticker, which is 6,000 rhodium. Now we're flagging here, so I think we're going to go to 10,000 soon. And more, by the way. Again, the white metals look so pretty, so darn good. Platinum, palladium, rhodium. And the sector is so tiny that you only have like 5, that might be a stretch even, 5 quality names. Then you have a lot of, I wouldn't say crap, because it's not crap, but it's just so speculative, difficult, yeah. Which one? Cup and handle, GLBXF, GLBXF, maybe. Ooh, I can see something I like here already, maybe, yeah, I think. Yeah, it's not it's like a cup and handle within a handle, right? Okay, and if we just do this quickly here, that's the first one. And then you have the smaller one here, maybe. So quite easily, we're just going to keep it simple. Not do anything. And even that's just the high. So maybe you want to undercut a little bit. No, we're not going to cheat. We did have a backtest something over here, right? Didn't we? Yeah, exactly. It's a small stock, so that you will never get perfect TA on that part. And I want to check this channel here just to see what it does. Okay, just to verify that we are. Oh, that's a good look at that double. It's not picture perfect, but again. But really, what do we want to see? You know, we have the vibes going on. We just need to see if we can find some sort of way in here. And I will say, keep it simple. Take that high and that high. Yeah, exactly. Like that. Yep, perfect. There it is. Anything north of 1.13, so 1.13. Yeah, until then I wouldn't try to play it cute, really. Can't remember. I don't think I've seen this before. So. And I also am pretty sure we get Bollinger Band weekly. Yeah. Nasty reaction, but anyway. What about momentum? But I think what happened last week was a breakout from that, tag the upper back test, and we're gonna break. So wait for 1.13, maybe 1.15, right, just to keep it safe. Getting above that high right here, that one. Again, I think you get the idea. Yeah. I wouldn't try to buy the backtest here, even though I think it's going to go higher. It might be a mistake though, but I would much rather try to be a bit more safe. If you follow on this one here, just be a bit more safe. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Again, not like, oh, it's delayed 5 minutes. Boo. But typically we can look at the, what can we look at here? I think, no. The Dixie, it's gapping down. I don't. It's delayed 5 minutes for me here at least, so I have to wait a little bit. Again, it's just for fun. Again, we don't really do any conclusions or anything. It's just because we're so close to some funny levels, right? That we just sit here and have a good chat. Let's see what happens there. What did the KAG USD do? That funky stuff. Yeah, who knows? Silver green. Again, this is from last Friday, so again, remember, we don't really care all that much. Remember, it's important to note. We're not sitting here looking at 1 minute time frames and be like, oh, it's going up, it's going down, you know, for the next 2 days. That would be a losing game. What about currencies? Are they open now? By the way, can anyone tell me when the Canadian dollar is going to do anything, you know, bullish? Wow. It's just, I can only imagine the inflation that people have over there. Does anyone live in Canada? Nothing major happening. Oh, it's open now. Wow, this is interesting. Why is this one here open? Is it because it's different? Huh? Okay, that's strange. It might be an exchange thing, right? Again, we don't really care right now. We're just looking at it for the fun of it, right? Doesn't matter. It's the 1 hourly. Who cares? But it's exciting. I think we will hit 40 to 50, and then comes the interesting part. Again, not today, but I think over maybe this week we will get it. Maybe this week. And then we see what kind of ammo and how many people that are profit taking. Right. How many people that are profit taking. Gold is doing fine. Then I assume platinum, yeah, exactly, platinum. Bitcoin again is having a good open to the Sunday here, with a potential down channel breakage coming overnight, which is needed, by the way. Yeah, same here. I have to pay a ton of taxes. But yeah, I think the most difficult part is by far if you want to take profit or not. again, what is your time frame? Yeah. Again, this one here is silver I have. Is that the Oanda one? And this one here is what? Then I want to change. Ice. Is that better? Which one is better? No, I've been using the Oanda for so long. I want to use that one. But okay, this is the other. You short term? Yeah, it has run a lot, so I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, we're starting to see some big candles, right? Boom, boom, boom. Meaning, but yeah. But again, the trend is still strong until proven not. 2-hourly momentum. Momentum band grinding. Daily. Big green. Weekly. Just turning green. So we might have that little pause before going higher, yeah. But all time frames basically is just, wow, yeah. Well, this one here, yeah, I can see that, yeah. Depending on how we draw this one. No? Yeah, anyhow. But yeah, we might stall a little bit. Pull back, Again, massive bull market, so any entry that you can get is a way in. Until that doesn't work anymore. So what happened? Why did we stay up this late? Now I'll be tired tomorrow again. It's fine. It is fine. Exactly, time for push-ups. And I didn't manage to install my pull-up kind of bar this weekend. So I would have loved to do that. Yeah, I'm actually at 0 push-ups today. It's not good. It is not good. I'm slacking. Big slack. Then it has a gap, okay, but the others does not. Okay. Whatever. Cool. I don't think we have much more really. Yeah, that's always tomorrow for sure. Exactly. But again, you can't use that excuse forever. Good. So we waited half an hour just to see silver and the green, but again, short term. So, but let's see where we will be overnight. I think it's a interesting week, being that close to 48.50, and then we shall see what happens. So again, check out that one on Substack. It's open. Anyone can see it. Just go and find it. I will give my views on, what I think could happen here at, when we hit that 48 to 50. So yeah, I'm just kidding. Want to be rushed? I'm just kidding. Like a late night joke to keep us fresh. So, or like awake. I've been up for 18 hours. 18. You ran an 8K? Excuse me, 10K? That's cool. That is amazing. How is it the first time, or is it just something you do regularly? Because if it's the first time, typically the body will feel that in a depending on how you look at it, good or bad thing. that way. I will end the stream with this view here. Very interesting. Not that one. Yes, it is that one, sorry. Or am I? XLE, yeah, cool. XLE weekly here. Look at this. This to me is very interesting. So before anything is breaking out, we're actually seeing XLE. Right. Yeah, I'll do that, Eric. I'll get up early. Like 5:30, I guess. If I can. So XLE here again, I want people to have a look at because this is momentum breaking out for XLE against the 200-day weekly, so very long term. We might have a little bit to go still, but this could be the start of something really good in the oil and gas sector. Even though oil and XLE, really hasn't broken out just yet. This could be an early warning in a good way. So I have nothing more. Let's see what this week brings. I think most people will look at silver, obviously, to see what happens at the big 48.50. Will we get it this week? High potential, yes. So nothing more, guys. I will not stall you. Have an amazing day. So cheers, guys. Bye.